Hey folks, Harley Day Rider here, back at you once again, your good old friend HDR. Out here once again on the lovely Road Glide Ultra. Today I thought I would take you for a little ride down memory lane. We all like memory lane stuff, right? I think that's pretty important. Make sure I'm in the right gear. That would make it even better to ride a motorcycle. So anyway, I'll have to see where I can take you up here, but I don't really remember these roads, which ones are dirt and which ones are not dirt roads. But this, my friends, is the Washington Park in Washington, Pennsylvania. You see they have a nice sports complex there. My son actually played like arena football in there for like a pickup team here in Washington. This is the famous, yes, famous, I don't know why it's famous, I just said that, Washington Park pool. And man, I spent a lot of my youth in that pool. It's probably the first diving board I ever jumped off of right down there, I would think. Is this thing recording? Yeah, we're recording. But they didn't have that nice slide down there when I was a little tyke. Little tyke. Is that how you know when you're getting older, when you start calling young ones little tykes? Ha! Yeah, but we used to come out here. We used to, you know, I grew up in Washington. Here's all those leaves here that my friend Bodine 52 was talking about. That you gotta watch, because it could be slippery like glass, so try to get over those nice and easy. But yeah, spent a lot of my youth there. And probably spent a lot of time, you know, watching the girls in you know, bikinis. That was long before I knew Mrs. HDR, so don't try to bring that up. But you know, when you're in your youth, when you're a young man, you kind of start noticing things about the opposite sex. Yeah, this is just a nice park out here, man. They have pavilions all over the place. You can rent those, lease those pavilions out for parties or picnics. Decades ago, we used to have family reunions out here. Not a whole lot of our family left anymore. Huh. Could have gave that poor man a ride. But hey, bless him for out there jogging and getting his body to keep moving. That's for sure. This place right here, this main pavilion, they have plays in there, like little musicals. And every year it's called the Play in the Park. Very, very nice. They used to have like Dark in the Park out here. Used to come out here and you would ride a hayride. I don't know if they do that anymore. I've been watching, but they'd have ghosts and goblins all set up along here. And you'd take a hayride, you'd ride through, and you know, they'd scare you and they would jump out at you and stuff, like a Chainsaw Massacre. And oh yeah, pretty cool stuff. But some of my first little swings there I actually rode on with my dad. He'd bring us out here, and those monkey bars were still there when I was a young man. What I wanted to do, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but oh well. Anyway. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go this way. So up here on the hillside, got some nice fall foliage. Really gotta watch for deer out here, huh? This is like a deer heaven. There's a squirrel up there running across the road. But I think I should have went the other way for the ball field. But the ball field's up here. I used to coach my son when he was in Little League baseball. I didn't know much at all about baseball, to be honest with you. What in the world are you doing up here? Frontier History Center. What the heck? This used to just be all woods right here. Stop right here. Take a look. Yeah, it used to just be all woods. I don't know what they're digging that all up for now. Looks like Interstate 70 right down there, the highway. See the high rises there? That's clear out. Actually, that's on Bow Street. That's a few miles away. That's a pretty good view. But So yeah, I didn't know much about coaching Little League Baseball. But when your kids are smaller, when your kids are little, what happens is a lot of times parents don't have time to volunteer, and it's very much a volunteer type deal. And so I volunteered to coach the baseball team, even though I didn't really know anything about coaching baseball. I mean, so, you know, I did what most people did back in the day. I bought a dummy's guide to baseball coaching, and kind of helped. Matter of fact, this is one of our fields up here we played at. Right here, this field. And along with that field over there. So yeah, so I'd be up here coaching baseball. Now what I did have a couple dads that were, you know, really good at baseball, and they knew a lot about baseball. I mean, I didn't grow up playing baseball. I grew up playing midget football. So what qualified me to be a coach? Well, at that time I was working as a paramedic on the ambulance service, and I had time. So, and you know, as long as you have time to do something with your kids, man, do it. Because my son was over now, he's taking these OSHA classes online. He's been coming over our house to do them because where he moved, he doesn't have really good internet service. He has satellite internet, and if you ever tried to use that, it's probably just a little bit better than dial-up. But now he's 30. You know, he's 33 years old. So that was back when he was just a little guy himself. You know, like 8 or 9, maybe 10. So you gotta spend time to spend with your kids. Do it, and I did. And I had a batting coach and a field coach, outfield coach, or field coach, whatever the heck it was at the time. This is where they play the famous Pony League World Series, right here in Washington, Pennsylvania. So if you've ever seen the Pony League World Series, folks, we have teams that come here from every single country. Every country that plays Pony League, they come here. Look right there, home of the Pony League. And I mean, that's just really cool. The little town, we always call this Little Washington, right? The little town of Washington hosts the Pony League World Series right here. Yeah, my sister actually was in love with one of the players. She was younger. He was from, God, I don't even know what country he was from. Spoke very broken English, but she really liked him. I kind of wish she would have moved to that country. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I don't want my sister to move that far away. But back to my son. So I coached this. I had these two coaches, right, and two other dads knew a lot about baseball, a lot more than I did. And they actually, we kind of got some arguments because, like I said, they knew more about it than I did. And a lot more leaves up here on the ground. Jeez, this is crazy up here. They're all wet. There's a car behind me. Stupid. And I went to tell one kid to get up and bat, and the dad's like, "Hey!" I was like, "What?" He's like, "What the heck are you telling that kid to go and bat for?" I'm like, because I want him to go next. I'm the batting coach. I'm putting in a pinch hitter. I'm like, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to do. I mean, obviously I know what a pinch hitter is. But, yeah, they got really irate. It's like, you know, I'm under the impression I want all the kids to play. You know, I think coaches lose that, right? A coach, a parent, a volunteer coach or a parent wants to win every game. Yeah, you want the kids to experience winning. But more than that, you want the kids to experience playing the game. You know, their parents buy them cleats, they buy them baseball gloves, they buy them a bat. And then you sit them on the bench because they're not quite as good as the other kids. And the one thing my son hated the most about me being the coach is that I didn't play favoritism. He's like, "Well, Dad, I should be the pitcher." I said, "Son, you suck at pitching." And I said, "You can't be the pitcher." So I said, "No." And you know, and I would let the other coaches coach him, like in batting practice and stuff. I wouldn't coach him. Because I believe too many parents like, "My kid's the best kid out here. He's the best baseball player, best football player, best basketball player. He's going to play point guard." Come on, really? You know, you just want to sometimes tell them, you know, your kid sucks, you know. But parents do that. They want to be the coach so their kid can be the best, so their kid can do it all. Well, sometimes your kid's just not good enough to do it all. You just got to let that go. So the question for today that I want to see the comments coming in as, have you ever did any type of coaching for your children? Could be anything. Maybe even tell me your experiences. Maybe one time we were band boosters for my child, for my son. He was in the band. And we were band boosters. So, hold on. Oh, there's a truck coming. Must be turning red. Yep. Alright. So, he was a band boost. You know, we were band boosters at one time. So let me know that way too. So. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching this video edition of Harley Day Rider, good old friend HDR. And I will talk to you on the next edition at another time. Remember, ride your own ride, be safe out there. I will talk to you next time. Harley Day Rider will be down and out once again in the beautiful day here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye-bye for now.